Welcome back to the lecture number 5 of current and electricity. So in this case, we will learn about the circuit symbols. Okay, so whenever you're going to draw a circuit, you need to follow some symbols. Fan को sound नहीं करना चाहिए when I'm making this video. Remember it. Alright, so whenever you're drawing some circuit, that means for battery or cell, you have to provide this symbol where the bigger or longer bar will giving you the positive terminal and the smaller bar will give you the negative terminal. Coming to resistance, that is look like little bit heartbeat. Jokes apart. Alright, so this is the symbol of resistance. Now coming to the key, that is the switch. If you turn it on to push, it will look like this one, and if you turn it off to push, it will look like this one. Now whenever you're showing the direction of current in a circuit, then you have to provide an arrow over that. So that's all for the symbols. Now we will draw some circuit. So let's switch it. So now we got a simple circuit, as you can see. If we add some bulb with a battery, then obviously it will glow. Then this circuit is known as closed circuit. As you can see, whole thing is closed right now. But I'm just disconnecting this wire. I am adding a key, a switch element over here. So as you can see right now, this circuit is off. So bulb will not glow right now. So whenever this circuit is off, it's become open circuit. That circuit is right now open. But if we turn it on to push, then it will again become the closed circuit. Current is flowing from the positive terminal and the bulb is right now glowing. So that is all how to construct a circuit. Now we will check another one. So by using a resistor, how we can build a circuit. So for a circuit, you have to draw a battery first. So whenever you got the battery, that is positive and that is negative terminal, we know that. We have to connect one terminal of it with a resistance, that is dhak dhak wala, and another terminal, negative terminal, we have to add it with a switch. Now when the switch is turned on, we know the current will flow through it and it will cause some heat. It will generate some heat. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so combination of resistance, that is there are two combinations of resistance, parallel and series. Initially, just before that, we learn that how to draw a simple circuit with one resistance. But what happens if we provide more resistance? Then there are two possibilities. First one, we combine those three. Suppose three resistors are given to you. So you provided that three in parallel combination. So as you can see, whenever the current passing from here, it's getting a chance to divide in three parts. So first one will get I1, second one will get I2, third one will get I3. Make sure if the value of resistance are different, then the passing current will be different. Okay. So whenever they come out from this junction, they will again create I, considering no loss of energy. So what we have just learned over here, that if the current will pass from a parallel combination, it will divide it in the parts. Now whenever you will add three of them, or also how many current are there, if you add all those current together, they will always give the initial given current. One more thing in here, check out that the potential is connected to this junction, which is connected to each and every kind of resistance. That is why the potential difference for each of them are equal. That is the two conditions for parallel combination. Now coming to series combination. In series combination, as you can see, there are three resistance in a series pattern. Now same thing, we are providing some current over here, and as you can see, that R1, R2, R3, they are not connected in a common junction. So the potential difference is not equal for them. Right now we will get the potential difference V1 for the R1, V2 for the R2 and V3 for the R3. But one more thing, the current is samely passing from each of them. That means the value of current will be same for all of them, but the potential value will different this time. So that is the combination, potential value will different. If you add those potential values, you will get the total potential, and the current is same for all of them. Alright, so we just learned in that parallel combination, we got different current values, and if we add them together, that will give the initial current value I. So initially we just learned that according to Ohm's law, V equal to IR. Someone will say, sir, it will be V2 minus V1 equal to IR. I am taking the potential difference as V minus 0, where I am putting 0 instead of V1, that is the initial potential, and V instead of V2, that is the final potential. So the potential difference become V only. That is why I am putting V equal to IR. Now my Ohm's formula become V equal to IR. So by rearranging that formula, I can write I equal to V by R. That is also true. Okay. Right now, for these three resistances, I am considering, let's consider one resistance over there in that place of three of them. So if we consider one resistance over there, then there should be some value of that resistance, and that value is known as equivalent resistance. That is the equivalent value of these three. So how we will find? So before that, I am again repeating that one. We are considering these three as a combination of only one. We are compiling these three in just one resistance. Okay. So in this case, as you can see, that V by Req. Yes, I equal to V by Req. That is following this relation where the resistance is now R equivalent. For the first resistance, that is instead of I1, I am putting V by R1. Similarly, instead of I2, V by R2. Instead of I3, V by R3. Notice one thing, that the potential difference is same for all of them. We just already discussed it. So right now we can cancel that V from both sides. So final equation will be this. That is the equivalent resistance formula for parallel combination of them. Moving to the series combination formula. Okay, so again we are looking for the series combination right now. Same thing we will do over here, that series combination, we know that the all current will be equal, but the potential difference will be different. That is V1, V2 and V3. And also we will add, if we will add these three potential difference together, then we will find the total potential difference, that is V. According to Ohm's law, we know that V equal to IR. So my main intention is that to simplify this given circuit. So for simplifying this one, we have to consider this three as a R equivalent or equivalent resistance of this three. So instead of this three, I am taking only one. That should be equivalent to all these three combinations. Right now, the first equation, that is, we know the different potentials will give, the addition of them will give the total potential difference. We know that V equal to IR according to Ohm's law, and I am putting the V equal to I R equivalent. That is stands for this one. If this one V, this one is I, then it will be V equal to I R equivalent. Moving to next one, that is stands for the first one. So whenever I am judging for the first resistance, then I can put IR1, similarly for IR2 and IR3 as they are given. Now, as you can see that the current is the common factor for this all. So we can remove it from both sides very easily. And that is how we are getting a final equation, which is R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that's all for today. We just learned the two combinations of resistance, that is parallel and series. We will discuss some questions and some important topics about it in our next video. So for that, stay tuned with us and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Tab tak ke liye sayonara.